Are you entitled to sex in your relationship? That's the question. So, on the one hand, I'm going to answer yes, because sex is important. I mean, I wouldn't do this work as a sex therapist if I didn't think it was important. We are all deserving of this. I think this pleasure is our birthright. It matters. So, for anybody who wants sex, you deserve it. You're entitled to it. It matters. And it might even be a deal breaker in your relationship. It could be that you work on stuff so much and come to the conclusion that the sexual relationship is not going to be satisfying enough, and you might choose to leave. And I can even get behind that if you do the work first. The problem, though, is for those handful of people that have come into my practice who feel entitled to sex in the way that they're only thinking about whether their own needs are being met, whether they are getting sex, without any consideration about their partner's experience, their partner's desire, their partner's challenges, their partner's well-being, any of it. They're only complaining about their needs not being met and have an expectation that because you're in relationship with me, you should be having sex with me. And this is really unworkable. And any of you watching who are like that, you feel free to bow out now, because I work with people that want their partner to want to be intimate, that it matters to them in the sexual experience that their partner's also having a good time, that their partner wants to be there, that there's something in it for their partner. The goal is a sex life that is fun and easy and enjoyable and fulfilling for both people. And that's what I'm trying to help people create. How do we bridge these gaps in desire, in libido? How do we address the challenges that are in the way? How do we rethink how we're approaching sex so that this can truly work for both people? Because that's what's going to be fulfilling and sustainable. It's good. If you go into this entitled and only thinking about your needs, it's going to drive a wedge between the two of you. It's going to make it harder and harder for your partner to show up and have sex. They're not going to be into it. This gets worse. Now, again, I'm not saying sex doesn't matter and you don't have a right to your desires, and definitely you have a reason to advocate for those. But the problem is you may not realize how much a part of the problem you are. I guess that's the only way to say it. Higher desire partners tend to make mistakes, well-intentioned mistakes that make things worse. And so when I meet someone in my practice who is entitled, they often are unaware of those, but also totally unwilling to consider that. They just think they're fine, they deserve sex, their partner should just have it, and they aren't willing to look at how they might have a role in making things harder and adding pressure in the way they're thinking about it, the expectations they brought in, and on and on and on. So the people I work with truly are willing to self-reflect, willing to confront themselves, willing to consider that this is a co-created problem, first of all, and we need to co-create a solution that works for both people. It's a team approach. It's a win-win approach. So when I have talked about desire discrepancy before, some of the videos I put up, I got some comments that, to my mind, really illustrate what an attitude of entitlement is that is going to be unworkable as a couple. So I'll just read these to you. Women need a disclosure agreement before marriage. If at some future point you suspect you will no longer want or need intimacy or sex, that's fine. Just notify us prior to I do. I'll commence looking elsewhere for a more agreeable mate. I will also have a disclosure agreement that says after the sex stops, I'll no longer be attending work of any kind and your ATM will no longer function. I mean, this comment is just missing this idea that somehow we understand or can foresee the challenges we might have in our life or with our desire, or that it's our fault, or that we sign up for something and sign on a dotted line that for the rest of our life, nothing's going to change. That's unrealistic. It also sort of implies that, well, you give me sex, I give you money. I don't think I want to base a relationship on that. Here's one. Just hire pros or hit the hub. Skip the high maintenance pain in the ass. Again, not willing to self-reflect on what they might be doing or how they could connect with their partner and make this fun for both of them. Here's one. God forgot to give women a sex drive. He screwed up big time. Hardly perfect design. Sorry. I sort of can't help but laugh at some of these because there are plenty of women with plenty of sex drive. And it's not a gendered thing. I mean, sometimes hormones play a role for sure, but this idea that it's that black and white and it's a mistake and that women are just flawed is just incorrect. Plenty of women have a sex drive. Plenty of women also, but plenty of people experience a shift in that drive over time in a relationship with other kinds of challenges and stresses and all kinds of stuff can shift this in ways we cannot predict. It does not mean someone is broken or it's unworkable or they just owe you sex. It's time to talk and take apart what's going on and address this as a team. There truly is a way, if you're in an otherwise happy relationship and there is love and goodwill and respect, to create a sex life that can work for both of you. And that should be the goal, not just showing up to get it done a certain number of times or having your partner just do it for you. You want something that's sustainable, which means fulfilling for both people. There's a payoff for both people. It's engaging for both people. There's an ease and a lightness and a playfulness. And to me, basing this in anything but that is a mistake.